What about the kids?
The kids, they'll get married in 3 months or stuff like that.
So women will bleed to death.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Il y a des gens qui travaillent dans les Nations Unies dans la salle. The UN. I have beef with you guys. Where are they? Mundako muchacheka. That's I love it. Nobody wants to say. I know your salaries. One of you taught me something I didn't know last week. It's a word called touch base. I'm going to say it again because most of the time they didn't understand. They didn't. I'm getting weird phone calls now. When you're in Nigeria, you're not getting a visa. So what? So, touch base, basically what it means, very simple. You get in Rwanda, you look around, you're paid, you go. That's basically, no, seriously. That's what it is. That's what this is. Okay? This is how it works. Very simple. Guy comes from New York, lands in Rwanda, and he's like, I'm here to collect the data to see how I can help. I'm not here to help. I'm here to see how I can help. Okay? $10,000. 3 months, Serena Hotel. Okay? And then he goes back. And then he writes another order of mission, because it's written on order of mission. An order of mission is basically a piece of paper saying you are allowed to go rescue people, but you cannot shoot the person killing them. That is the UN. Okay? You are allowed to go feed people, but you cannot take them to the hospital. Like, okay, you give them food, but no shelter. But it's not on your order of mission. So what you do, in order to know what you do, you get in Rwanda and then you touch base. $10,000. 3 months, Serena. And then you come back 5 years later and they're like, oh, you're finally here to help. It's like, no, the data that I collected 5 years ago is not relevant anymore. So I need more data. So I'm going to go to New York, file another order of mission, come back to Rwanda, and touch base. $10,000. 3 months. And then you're like, oh my God, it's after war. They need psychiatrists, they need new schools, they need new stuff. So this project of me building bridges and, real whatever equipment, new stuff, modern, they don't need it anymore. So you know what? Me, I'm just a consultant. They need architects and psychologists. So it's none of my business. I need to go back to New York, find another order of mission, come back with a think tank. We're going to come and see how they can help and touch base. $10,000. And once it's Serena Hotel realizes, no, really, psychologists, they don't need them. They actually need money because they can provide. But us guys, we're not in finance. So we need to take the psychologists back to New York, write another order of mission, come back with finance monitors, bring the money, but don't give us the money, no. First assess who are we going to give the money to. Okay? And you know what they do? They touch this. $10,000. 3 months, Serena Hotel. And then they're like, okay, now we know who to give the money to. But we cannot give the money right now. No. First, we need a commission that is going to monitor how the money is going to be used. But us guys, we're consultants. We're not actually accountants. So we need to go back to New York, file another order of mission, come back to Rwanda, and touch this. $10,000.
3 months. $7,000.
But after we give away the money, we need to teach them how to use it. So install commissions. So there's the commission monitoring the monitors of the monitors of the monitors of the money. And after all that is done, we realize that the $1 million that we brought, after 3 months of Serena Hotels and $10,000 each, hasigaye $100. So we need to reassess the whole organization. So what do? We need an administrator. So we go back to New York, file another order of mission, come back to Rwanda, no money, and touch base. $10,000. 3 months, Serena Hotel. But now we have to explain why the first project didn't work. So we need to assess the pros and cons. What do we need? We need to send half of the UN in a big ass conference in Kigali where 3 months, $10,000. And we do what? We sit down, we eat, and we touch base. And after the conference, we need to go to a smaller press conference with the president where we take pictures. And after we take pictures, we file reports. And after we file reports, we clip them and we send them to Rwanda. And the government of Rwanda looks at the report and is like, no, I got to Kenya. This is bullshit. This is not. Who wrote this? Who read this? So we inquire. And when we inquire, the UN has to justify all this money. So what do? We need, how do you call that? How do you call Sherlock Holmes? Investigator, a detective, to find out where the money went, why it went wrong. So we go back to New York, file another order of mission, come back on Rwanda, and touch base. Let me tell you something.